Discussion Forum, MDF. My name is Esther Lieru, and today we are going to talk about the mental health situation in Tanzania. Just recently on October 10th, 2022, it was World Mental Health Day, where its aim was to spread awareness around the world. Now, today I have a guest joining me where we're going to discuss on this matter thoroughly. We are going on a short break, and when we come back, we are going to discuss further. Joining me today is none other than a psychologist, counselor, trainer, and an author who goes by the name Charles Kalungu. Charles, welcome to Nyumbani Discussion.
Thank you very much.
Okay, now, what is mental health and mental illness, if you were to define for a layman to easily understand?
Okay, psychologically, mental wellness is a stable condition of a person's social well-being, emotional, but also, I can call it maybe spiritual somehow, because you have some holistic therapies or whatever. But mental illness is an unstable condition for a person being unable to control emotion or to respond effectively concerning to life difficulties and challenges.
Okay, so if a person is not well mentally, how do you know? What are the signs or symptoms?
Okay, first of all, before answering this question, I would like to let you know, maybe even now, yes, person there trying to follow us. Mental illness and wellness is quite a controversial issue. Okay. So when trying to highlight maybe some clues or some symptoms concerning a person who is affected ill with mental illness, we usually first of all try to look at a person, life history himself, personal, because we have different personalities. You have your own uniqueness. So every person can be, every single person can be quoted different concerning to his personality and trait. So there are general symptoms, actually, as we psychologists can just try to notice, maybe change of behavior, and sometimes maybe reactions. A person who was calm, warm-hearted, became maybe angry. A person maybe was so sociable. Then at the meantime, you just notice he's isolative. A person who was engaging. At the meantime, you just find again he has changed. So there are some clues like that in general, but there are more than that. Yes, that's general.
Okay. I've seen, I think, some videos of people on social media going around, and they would say that this girl was just okay. Maybe that girl just recently posted a TikTok video making some moves, and that person was actually so happy. But the day after, that person committed suicide.
Okay.
Now, with that kind of a person, how would you have known that that person was actually depressed while still showing that happiness in front of the people?
Okay, we human beings, we have the so-called archetype. We have person archetype and self-archetype. Archetype, this means primordial images, just like bounded kind of features which every person has. For me, as myself, when I am alone, I have my own clues and I have my own traits. Coming to the community or trying to expose yourself in public, you also have some features which you need to show the public, because most of people, they are living to impress others. And this is a big challenge. Maybe he had, I can say, a community, or maybe he was having some sort kind of influence. So he's not trying to affect the audience or the people who are trying to follow him. So he might try to fake instead of just protecting them. In the meantime, he's just being affected, as you have said. I may try to show I'm happy, while deep down inside, I'm sad.
You do know what is happening.
Yes,
but you're
what is
showing
happening.
the people that, you know what, I'm very happy.
I'm happy.
But you're dying inside.
Exactly. That's what is eating most of people.
Okay. Now, there is this thing that has been confusing people. What's the difference between insanity and mental health challenge or mental illness?
Okay, there is quite a great difference, because a person's ability to grasp some details or some clues differ from one person to person. We as psychologists usually say there is some sort of intelligence level and IQ levels. So insanity sometimes also comes as when a person is unable to learn or to cope or to be taught. A person is being very I can't say he's lazy, just being sluggish maybe to understand what he's been told. That's insanity. Being told over and over some stuff, but you find yourself not concentrating or focusing. But mental illness is serious. This is an issue because the person is just trying to feel different from his normal life situation. But insanity is just the same. You repeat the same thing ever and ever and ever and ever again. You see? But mental illness has some clues or some changes which happen to a person which have never been experienced before by the people who are living around the person, by himself or herself, by the tutors, wherever the place is, maybe the person working, the co-workers.
Okay, so as you have just explained with the difference of insanity and mental health, do you think that at times people do not seek help when they see they have signs or symptoms of depression? Did not seek help because maybe they think the society will see them as insane. Maybe, oh, this person visited a psychiatric hospital, so this person must be crazy. This person has seen a psychologist, so this person must be crazy. Do you think that most people fear this?
Concerning to African countries, especially Tanzania, actually the mental health awareness is not well spreaded. So we still have some taboos and customs. I think the knowledge or the awareness is supposed to be spreaded enough in order for people to divorce themselves or cut off from those taboos and other unnecessary cultural traditions. Because maybe assuming that wherever you go maybe to see a psychiatrist or psychologist, people might deem you as a crazy person. That's not good enough. Because every person has his own challenge. Every person is going through some difficulties. There, in Western countries, these counseling issues and other psychological centers, they were there even before 19th century. In Germany, yes, Europe, actually Europe itself. So I think on your side that you just need to provide, we need more effort, collaboration with stakeholders to provide awareness to people that this is just a normal issue as other stuff. Just like going to the pharmacy to buy maybe Panadol, other pills. It's normal.
Okay, but let's just assume maybe a person from interior Manzes over there has seen his or her neighbor going to a psychiatrist or a psychologist. What would actually come in his or her mind?
Of course.
Oh, my data is crazy, right?
Exactly. Because maybe the biggest question which will come on the mindset is maybe what am I going to just to speak to talk? How this be so productive?
Like how?
Like
you just
how?
Go to your father, mother, and you just get very good advice. Why would you go to a doctor?
Yes. Well, why should you go? But actually, we human beings, when we adapt or we become used to some environment or some people, we usually need another exposure apart from a family. That's why the meantime you was going when you was a young kid, you were having you were attached too much to your parents. But when you're growing up, just try to find autonomous outside from your family. And that's how life is. Sometimes we need people outside of our community, outside from our family, to comfort us, to show us the way, to help us, yes, to communicate. Life is communication. So people, they need to speak. They need to pour their heart to people who are trustworthy. And that's why psychologists, the people who have been trusted, they're being endowed with knowledge, which is so much useful and helpful. I think it's just we need more awareness. We need maybe a lot of congregation, just apart from the one which was done on 10th October this year. Yeah, we need more than those. Going to the interior places, I would say, remote areas where people, they don't know about this, because maybe the urban areas are benefiting more than the local places.
Okay, so as a practitioner, I believe you're experienced enough.
Lord.
What do you think? What do you think are the factors or situations that are leading to mental illness, specifically to Tanzanians?
I think the main big challenge is readiness. Yeah, I think I can say maybe government are not committed yet fully on this. They are trying, but we need to be committed enough. We need to be ready, and we need to collaborate together, because this is ours. And people themselves, actually, they have been, they have the so-called, when I say agolania in psychology, you say this is mental instability. A person is being unstable and not ready to understand or being ready to hear anything new. This is too bad. Yeah, I think there is a necessity for people, maybe in a university, maybe open places in district. I think the issue is just congregation. This will solve this problem. I think we just need congregations. We need more seminars. We need workshop trainings, and we need more awareness. Radios and TV now, right now, they're just doing their best actually, but I think they can do more than that. People, they need to hear. You know, in psychology or in adaptivity levels, we usually understand some stuff by retaliating. When you hear something over and over and over again, you become used to it. So this is necessary. Okay, it is important. Yeah, instead of promoting just a musician, music, whatever industry, we just need to focus on this too.
The topic on the table is mental health situation in Tanzania. Now, recently we have either witnessed or even heard from different media outlets that people are actually killing each other. Married couples, indeed. People that we actually expect that will be living happily and in harmony, they're actually killing each other. We have domestic violence, wife beating the husband beating the wife, and we also have child rape and molestation. All these are happening here in Tanzania. And other people have actually been speculating maybe it's because of mental illness. Now, Charles Kalungu is going to explain about this further. Charles,
Yes.
what do you think is the main cause? Does mental illness play a certain role in this?
Yeah, actually, mental illness has something to do with this.
Okay.
Because most of people who do or practice these kind of stuff, devilish acts,
Yes.
there are some clues which actually they have evidential proof that this person is mentally ill, because we have some levels in mental illness. There is a person who is chronic, there is a person who is mild, and some of them they're just normal.
Okay.
So even if your mental framework or the schema is being affected, just by tiny stuffs of details, or information or anything concerning your daily life, you just notice some change in yourself. So there are people who have accepted the life which they have chosen, that for me, I want to be this way. So they can perform an act to another person with no doubt or any sense of guilt, because that's how they've chosen. And they think they're okay. That's not okay. Yeah, a person who doesn't have a sense of humanity, that's a person who has a mental breakdown.
Okay.
I don't feel like other people, don't have empathy.
Okay. So with that, do you think that the judge at the end of the day should consider, since you say that maybe that that person has a certain mental health challenge. So do you think that the judge should actually consider, because people have been given maybe a verdict, maybe 20 to 30 years, in prison.
Sure.
And what if they were not mentally well? Do you think that would be that would actually make the judge maybe give that person less years in prison?
I think also this one should be made possible.
Okay.
Yeah, especially to the judge or in court, because there are some people being sentenced to jail and actually they are innocent. And there are some people who did what they did not by intending. They were just trying to defend themselves. So it was a reaction which was not being planned. It was just automated.
Okay.
Even a person who is very calm and warm-hearted, he can become angry when it's being teased enough. Someone teases you, provoking you. You become angry and do some stuff which are actually not okay.
Okay.
Yes, to the community and to yourself. You start also trying to feel guilt. Why did I do this? What this happened? I don't know why did I don't remember what happened.
Okay.
So it's the biggest challenge, I think, also in the courts, policies, officers. There is so-called forensic psychology.
Okay.
I think also this is also used by, yes, military officials and policy departments.
Okay. So what can you say about mental health care providers in Tanzania? How do you see them? Are they efficient enough? Do they know what they're doing? Do we have enough professionals? What can you say about it?
Okay, actually in Tanzania, I can't say we have much mental health professionals, Yes, as I told you before, there are some paraprofessionals,
Yes.
people who have ability to counsel,
Yeah.
but they're not effective. I think even these people, why should they not go to be accredited? I mean, why should they go to the university to be certified? Whatever. This is very important. But according to the concern of a question you told me, we still have plenty of them. But people themselves, they're in dilemma right now. They don't know actually if this is necessary.
Okay.
But what I want to say, mental health is very necessary and important
Okay.
for anyone to prosper, for anyone to grow, for anyone to live the happy life. You need to be mentally well, mentally fit. Yeah. So I think there is a necessity. For people, first of all, to be given knowledge enough that these psychologists or these mental health practitioners, they are there to help you, not maybe to take something from you, because some of them, they're just afraid. I'm going just to speak with this person and I pay this. What this? I can understand this. Yeah, this is also another. This is just a service like other service, just like consultants, like lawyers. So the other issue maybe is because we don't have plenty of centers. And this is also another challenge. But hopefully maybe for the coming 10 years, 20 years, we'll be far if we take a leap of faith and commitment by trying to do little by little.
I've seen in other countries, they even have a special number if you just want to talk to a psychologist. Immediately you feel down, you have a number to dial, and then you know what, I have this problem and this and that, just because people had been committing suicide.
Yeah, sure.
And during the corona pandemic, if you remember, around 2020, we were getting various messages from, I think that must have been the government, or specifically the health sector, right? The message would have that corona, wash your hands, get vaccinated.
Sure.
What about mental health? Don't you think that this is actually an emergency? What about using the telecommunications company, be sending messages at times,
Sure.
if I receive a message and then I'm not actually doing well mentally, I receive a message that if you want to get mental health services, dial this and this and this. If you're experiencing this sign and this sign, please visit the psychologist. Don't you think that would actually be an effective way, since we are in this world, we are going digital?
Yeah, actually, our good government has tried to show some initiatives concerning to that. Yeah, during that congregation, which brought us all mental health professionals and the government itself, there was also another concern about that. We should have an official number, just like other agencies and authorities, maybe Sumatra. Yes, you dial and call. And, hey, hello, I have some signs here, so please can you help me? Yeah, so it's also not. It's not. I mean, we need to invest in this.
Yeah. So it's actually on process.
Yes, on the process, and we are hoping we will prevail.
Okay. I want to ask you this question. This has actually been confusing me.
Okay.
It is okay to not be okay. Do you agree with this quote, or do you actually disagree, and why?
Okay, it's okay not to be okay.
Yes.
Actually, concerning about this quote, I can say it has two-edged perspective. To a person who is ill with inferiority complex, say maybe it's okay not to be okay the way I am right now, but the person who is superior or has a sense of superiority complex and also has his own perception, or a person who is just normal.
Yeah.
So it's a two-edged perspective, but generally it's okay not to be okay. Why? Because we as human beings are being wired different. Every person has his own personality. You have your own personality. You have your own gender. You have your own physique. You have your own traits, behaviors. You are different the way you are. So not to be okay is one among the fundamental aspects which most people, they confuse. Have you said it is confusing that if I am this way, am I supposed to be like other people? There is a so-called compliance in psychology. We usually try to comply with other people the way they are, trying to think maybe being like them will make us more perfect, or having the epitome or discernment. Maybe the way I will be like them, I'll be good enough. That's not actually how it is. So the issue here is people not trying to accept the way themselves, the way they are, or not ready to be ready to hear and ready to split out what they have.
Yes.
Sometimes you can say it's okay to be me, it's okay not to be okay. Why you are sick? It's not okay to be sick.
Yeah,
You need to find you need to find a medical solution or medical practitioner. Yes, maybe a person can be comfortable enough in a comfortable tone saying it's okay to be this way. I just want to be this way. I just want to a normal life. No, it's not okay to be a normal.
Okay,
yeah, that's why I usually say maybe if you are the way you are, and you relax or accept the reality of who you are, and that is you. If you think you are ordinary enough to be extraordinary, then you are already extraordinary. That's my intention, what I want to say.
Okay,
so being okay, it depends on the age perspective. If it's okay for you to be the way you are by trying to embrace or accept your uniqueness, then that's good. But if you say it's okay to be it, that's not okay.
So at times people actually misuse
At times, yes. So there is a misconception on this. But also, I will just want to put clear. So it depends with the age or the situation. It's not okay to be okay when you are sick or when you need help. It's okay to be okay when you're just trying to embrace your uniqueness. That the way I am, I'm enough. The way I am, this, I'm done. Nobody will come to me and tell me that I look this way or this way. Yeah. Being okay sometimes is okay too.
Now, what about a person? I've read this poem, and that person was actually in a state where doesn't want to live or die.
Dilemma.
So,
that's dilemma.
That's dilemma. So that person is in a dilemma. But what is that situation? What? You don't want to live, you don't want to die. So what will you actually be?
That situation actually is known as anomie. Anomie is some sort element of depression. The person before trying to take some or before practicing some difficult act, maybe trying to hurt yourself, maybe trying to there are some people trying to hide themselves, maybe in the room, closing no one. They don't need interaction. Every person has his own reaction when he's being encountered by these mental illness challenges. So in dilemma, this is a person, maybe he don't want to live, he don't want to die too, he's in a controversial. He or she might be in a cumbersome situation where he need to be hooked up to live back again. And that's why we as psychologists, I think we need to provide awareness at our own, privately. And we don't need maybe to wait for the government itself or for the people to say we need help. We, as we are, in our ritual or in our minimal number, the way you are this time, we can just try to be effective on our own. And that might be a good way for people who are facing those challenges to know exactly that maybe this situation which I have, this in dilemma, it is a self-imposed, or there are some situation, or there are some issues. Exposing himself to some communities, training workshop, maybe finding some people, new people, or pushing himself to find psychologists, or going maybe to seminars, can it be one among the best way for a person to rescue himself from that situation.
Okay, so any last word for our dear viewers?
Okay, actually, I have a last word for you who have been following us. This life is a system. This system has been coded by people. People themselves are system. This code, they have their own uniqueness. So you are the code too, you have your own uniqueness. So what I want you is to accept the way you are. If you have a challenge, please do not feel shy to express yourself. Do not feel shy to join a certain community. Do not be afraid to find some help. Do not doubt yourself. Maybe I am not enough the way you are. You are enough the way you are. You can change your life just by allowing yourself to endorse something new in your mind. So don't be defending yourself from rescue. fitness. Because it might be a breakthrough for your life. Go to seminars, find psychologists. We are not much in such a way, but you can have access to some few of them in your community or in the places, because a psychologist is not limited to environment. You can also receive psychological services online, offline. You can also try to change maybe the environment in which you are. Least but not last, I would like to say I was born to uplift the hopeless by bringing back their dead soul back to life again. So this is my task force. To me, being a psychologist is not just a profession. It's my calling. So I'm calling you now to be ready to be transformed, to be ready to learn, to be ready to change, and to be ready to be a quite different person. Follow me in my social media, Kalungu's Psychomotive, YouTube, Kalungu Psychomotive. But also we have an association for psychologists in Tanzania known as TAPA. You can also follow there, Instagram page, because right now everything's digital. So by following us there, you learn a lot of stuff, and actually you'll be transformed. Life is psychology, and psychology is life. Thank you very much for this wonderful moment. I have nothing to say more than that. I think this for today is enough.
Yeah, thank you so much, Charles Kalungu, for joining us.
Okay.
They say the finish line is the beginning of a new race. It's actually the beginning. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Estelle Lieru. Till next time, have a good day, time, evening, whenever you're going to watch this on YouTube. Bye.